Hey everybody, it is Friday and it is time for Full Run Friday, the new series where I go through an entire run of comic books that I have in my humble collection. I say humble, I've probably got about 10,000 books in my collection, but I don't really have a lot of like what we would consider key books. I just buy what I like, so I refer to it as my humble collection. Now this week we're going to be talking about my Mars Attacks collection. Now Mars Attacks, it started off as a series of trading cards from Topps, the same people who would later do the Garbage Pail Kids, and it was a very violent series. And a lot of people are familiar with the Tim Burton movie, the All-Star Cast Tim Burton movie, and that was a comedy. But the original Mars Attacks was far from a comedy. It was very violent, very just disturbing stuff in that card set, which kind of what is what made it so popular amongst children. Because you get something that disturbs adults, children are gonna love it. Now, over the years, there have been various comics adaptations of the franchise. The biggest one was from IDW, who actually put out this big boy here. And in this one, what they decided to do, that this box contained 57 books. Each book, it was issue 1, so it was 57 variant covers for the first issue. And what they had done, and you'll see in a moment, is they put each card on a cover. Now, you could get them individually and try to collect them that way. But if you got the box, you would get all of those all in one shot. Plus, you would get the retailer incentive, which you could also buy separately. But in the box, there was a 57th card that was only available in that box. So I was able to finally get everything. I even got the San Diego Comic-Con edition. I think I have some of them signed. So let's jump into it. Let's talk about and show off some Mars Attacks. And here we go. So these, I don't remember exactly what order I put these in. I think I did. There's one or two books maybe in the beginning, and then the main IDW series, and then some of the specials afterwards. So we're going to start off with this one here. This was a mini comic. As you can see, I always put these in with the current size board. So this is a mini comic, Mars Attacks. This was supposed to be number 2 of 54. I believe they only did 3 of these before they stopped doing them. I only got this one. I am in the market for numbers 1 and 3 to kind of complete what was actually published. But I have the second one, and it's actually my favorite card of the entire run. So then after that, we've got the Topps run. Now, again, I don't have all of these. I'm missing quite a few of them. It's just one of those things that I'm, kind of half-assing trying to get all of. So I've got that. There's issue 5. And then we get into the IDW series. So here we go with all of the first issues that I got in that big box that I was pointing out. And like I said, they do the cards. So you get a nice oversized look at the cards, and you get to see the awesome detail in these paintings. I absolutely loved it. So there's 1, there's 2, Martians approaching. And this also, you'll see how violent these cards were. Attack on the army base. See, they're burning them alive. Saucers blast our jets. You can see there's a guy just being blasted out of his plane there. It's pretty vicious. Washington in flames. They killed Congress. Burning Navy ships. What's funny is on these ones, I don't remember if they did it on these. Actually, I got a couple here that aren't bagged. No, they did not. Not boarded, rather. On the backs of them would give the story of what you're looking at, and now you'll notice that some of these bags are really wrinkled. They're not old bags. It's whatever this material is that they use for the card part of the cover makes the plastic bags wrinkle up real bad. I haven't really been able to figure out how to get that to stop, but it is what it is. So here's number 7, Destroying the Bridge. More death and destruction. Terror in Times Square. These are pretty pedestrian. We've got some vicious ones coming up. There we go. The Human Torch. With apologies to Marvel. Skyscraper tumbles. And there goes another building. Yeah, the story was just they just came here just to attack, destroy the city. Kind of explained in the later series that there was no reason for them to attack Earth. They just wanted to do it because they're jerks. So they're just vicious. They're just evil little monsters with giant brains. Charred by Martians, number 14. Number 15, Saucers Invade China. By today's standards, this might be a little politically incorrect, but you know what? This is how the card was done. Deal with it. Panic in Parliament. I'm not sure if this could be considered racist today either, but whatever. People need to lighten up a little bit. Beast and the Beauty. I like that one. That's not my favorite one, though. A soldier fights back, and he doesn't last very long. Burning Flesh. That is some vicious, vicious stuff there. Crushed to Death. Yeah, they're tearing down this wall. Looks like they got a giant scoop. They're going to smash them against the wall because these little guys were evil as all get out. This is my favorite one here. Prize Captive. This is one that I've always wanted to have, with or without the card part on the bottom. But I have always wanted to get this on a poster. This would make an absolutely gorgeous poster. But I don't know if they ever did it. Burning Cattle. Tim Burton borrowed this for the movie. And then we've got Frost Day, where they started using freeze rays instead of heat rays and freezing everybody. This also was used in the Tim Burton movie, The Shrinking Ray. And then they capture a Martian. He's still fighting, but they've got him. He's outnumbered 3-1. 26, Tidal Wave. They just wipe out an entire city. Again, they do this because they're just jerks. No particular reason, they're just jerks. The Giant Flies. That is awesome. That getting ready to eat some people. And this one you get Helpless Victim. And they're just going to devour this guy. Wrong place, wrong time. Should have stayed home. Death in the Shelter. And this one here, all these people are going to die, but look at that. There's kids in there. These Martians didn't care. This version of Mars Attacks, they didn't care. If you were in their way, you were dead. It's kind of what I liked about it. I was always kind of hoping that they would, do a new Mars Attacks movie where they would make it more like the cards. Yeah, there's a dead person right there. Gotta love that. Another dead person there. Removing the Victims. I just love the detail on these paintings. These are amazing paintings. I wish they would do more with these original artwork here. And again, I am sorry about the wrinkleness of these bags. I don't know how to prevent that from happening. I can't replace them all the time. So if anybody out there has any ideas, has any suggestions or anything that has worked to keep these bags from wrinkling up, I love this one too. Destroying a Dog. The kid's walking his dog and Martians show up and the dog tries to protect his master, that little boy there, and he gets zapped, gets destroyed, gets killed. But yeah, if you have any idea, any suggestions on how to keep these comic bags from wrinkling up, let me know. Leave some suggestions in the comments down below. I would greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. More Death and Destruction. Number 39. This is Army of Giant Insects. Something they didn't do in the movie, which would have been kind of cool if they had done, is the giant bugs. Just destroying the crap out of everything. Number 42. Hairy Fiend. Blasting the Bug. Humans start to fight back. Finally start to turn the tide Battle in the Air. Gotta love it. Fighting Giant Insects. Fallen Soldier there. Again, these things, they really, for the, nowadays, these do seem kind of, pedestrian, but you got to figure these came out in the 1950s. This sort of thing was not done. Sorry about that noise there. Blast off from Mars is where the humans decide, you know what, enough is enough. We're going to go back. We're going to go to Mars. So they start to bomb Mars. They land on Mars, and they just start taking the fight straight to the Martians. 49, the Earthmen in charge. My guess is it's the United States military that does this. With some help from the rest of the countries. Smashing the enemy. We're almost through this first part here. Crushing the Martians. I love that guy right there. He's like, no, what do we do? We were just, hanging out. Misunderstood. Giant robot. Doesn't mean anything to the military. And Martian city in ruins. Just completely wiped that sucker right off the face of the Earth. Mars. Mars explodes. Sure, why not? And then this was the final card. Short synopsis of the story. So it gives you an idea. You can pause this if you want to read it. But that's it. That's issue 55 now, or number 55. Now, when you bought the box set, this is the card that came with the box. The candidate. It's a little They Live action going there. That vote Martian or else. And then this was the retailer incentive cover. This is, we could get this. If you didn't want to get the cards, you can just get, our standard Mars Attacks cover. Mr. John Layman. And then this is the San Diego Comic-Con edition. This actually has a card with it. There's a little card right there. Invasion is imminent. New universe. But this one I got signed by Mr. Layman. He did an amazing job with this. I'm sorry. He ended up blocking me on Twitter because, politics. But the man was the perfect choice for writing Mars Attacks. I mean, I could not have been happier with how he handled this concept in this franchise. He was amazing on it. Sam Keith. Gotta love a little Sam Keith action there. I wish he'd have done more covers. Now we're in issue 3. Now that we're finally past the first issue, all 57 copies of it. And in issue 4, the sad thing is 57 variant covers is not the most. There are books that have way more variant covers than that. That's ridiculous. Excuse me. So this focuses on these dudes here, and they're just, trying to do what they do, trying to fight back the Martian invasion. I do want to go back and reread this. I like this cover too. Little Steranko like there. And then just the really creepy romance cover. The less said about that one, the better. Issue 9. Yeah, I love this stuff. Issue 10. And this was the last issue for the ongoing series, which actually just then became a 10-issue maxi series. And then Dynamite did a series. I love these covers. This is Robert Hack doing the covers for these. And man, these covers were beautiful. Look at that. A lot like the original art. And I was just so happy. And then, looked like the original cards. His artwork was perfect. Violence on television. Look at that. I wish he would have done more covers. I really, really do. Blind Date. That's awesome. Sometimes I just like to look at these Robert Hack covers. Actually, any cover that man does, he just does an amazing job for. I always kind of wish that he would do sort of an homage to like the EC horror covers, because his style would work perfectly on like a Tales from the Crypt or a Vault of Horror, Haunt of Fear. That's amazing stuff. So then IDW, back to them. They started doing some fun stuff. Mars Attacks Classics Obliterated. They kind of take on some literary classics. You can kind of see them down there. Some good stuff, some Moby Dick action. And speaking of EC, there's the Firstborn miniseries where they kind of did EC homages. I loved these covers. Anytime I can get an EC homage cover, I'm happy as all get out. All right. So here, let's pause this for a second. All right. Had to reposition the camera a little bit because, you know, these covers aren't being able to be seen in their true glory like they should be. So let's move on. Now here's Firstborn number 3. I wasn't able to get the EC homage covers, but a great consolation was a Sam Keith cover. Same, I believe, yeah, issue 4. Another awesome Sam Keith cover. And then Mars Attacks The Holidays. I think this was a New York Comic Con exclusive. I was able to get this, you know, again, I really wish I'd remember these people's names, but somebody was able to get this for me. They also got me a Rocket Raccoon mug at the same time as this from New York Comic Con. I was very appreciative. And then they did this event where IDW did this event where Mars attacked IDW. So Mars Attacks was crossing over into various other properties that IDW had, and they did a whole bunch of covers for these. I don't have them all, but here's the Mars Attacks IDW covers that I do have. It's Mars Attacks Popeye. Some good stuff there. Olive oil being zapped. That's great. Mars Attacks Miss Fury. Old school, I think. I'm not too familiar with her. Mars Attacks Kiss. This was actually an issue. Actually, Mars Attacks Popeye was as well. Mars Attacks Judge Dredd. This was just a cover, but later they did a Mars Attacks Judge Dredd miniseries. Mars Attacks The Real Ghostbusters. This was actually really cool. And then this was just a variant. Mars Attacks Chew. Love that. Like that little Wally looking thing down there they wanted to eat. And then Mars Attacks The Transformers. That's cool. Variant cover here. Mars Attacks Spike. Buffy the Vampire Slayer character. Mars Attacks Zombies vs. Robots. I loved the Zombies vs. Robots comics. Those were so much fun. Chris Ryall and Ashley Wood did some amazing stuff on those books. I really wish they could bring them back and continue them. This is Raj 2000. I'm not at all familiar with this character or concept. And then back to, let's jump over to Image. So there was Mars Attacks Image. This one, I think this one even had, like, one of the female Image characters was captured by the Martians, and they very much implied, they strongly implied that she was assaulted, we'll just say assaulted by the Martians, which kind of makes them even more evil than they are. Might have been that character there, I don't know. I haven't read this one in years. And then, yep, Mars Attacks Judge Dredd. They kind of once again did trading card homages. An invasion background there. A souvenir. Some good stuff. Doubleheader. She had psychic abilities, I believe, and was able to blow up the Martian heads. Little Martian brains down there. That's cute. And speed bumps. Splat, splat, splat. Can't go wrong with that. And here's Mars Attacks Occupation. I don't think I got all these. Actually, I did not. This is the only one I was able to get. Then I just kind of got sidetracked. But then we're going to wrap it up with Mars Attacks The Savage Dragon. This is number 1 of 4. I've never gotten the rest of them. I need to. And then the only other thing that I have is Mars Attacks Classics Volume 1. It's a trade paperback, collecting the Tops books. This collects, does it even say? It does not. Collecting the first 5-issue miniseries by Keith Giffen of Lobo fame and Charles Adlard of The Walking Dead from 1994 with backup stories by the original Mars Attacks card series co-creator Len Brown. Some amazing stuff there. I need to reread this. But that's it. So, and that is it, everybody. So that is my very much incomplete collection, my incomplete run of Mars Attacks. Series that went through various incarnations. They did, for the most part, try to keep true to the original trading cards, where they were portrayed more violently and more vicious, which is what I enjoyed. I like the Tim Burton movie for what it is, but knowing where the franchise came from, I really always had hoped and still hope that we'll get a new Mars Attacks movie and it'll be more like the cards, where it'll just be vicious, like a rated R, like a hard R would be awesome to me anyway. But that's what I've got as far as Mars Attacks go. I got to put some more boards in some of those and make them look nice again. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do like this series, please like, subscribe, comment, and all that fun stuff. Share on your social media if you know anybody who is fans of Mars Attacks or Lobo or the other books that I've done. By all means, share. I always like showing off my collection, and always like seeing what other people have. I mean, I know there's a lot of variant covers that I don't have for some of these books, and I like to see them, and you actually see them in people's collections as opposed to just stock photos on some random website or Facebook or something like that. So I like to see the actual book. So, if you know anybody who likes any of these books that I've done, we've done, like I said, Lobo, we've done Godzilla, we've got Death's Head last week, and this week's Mars Attacks. So if you know any fans of these characters in these books, definitely let them know about my videos. It'd be great to share it even further. So everybody have a great weekend. I am going to be celebrating my birthday. We're not going to say how old I am, to leave that to the mysteries of time. And so by the time you're watching this, I will be in the beginning part or middle part of my birthday. So it's not even just my birthday celebration. We're also celebrating my little boy's graduation, quote unquote, graduation from kindergarten. So kind of throwing him a party as well. Just let him know that we're proud of him, because we're very proud of him. So that said, everybody, thanks for watching. Again, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. Hit that notification button if you want to be reminded of these videos as I put them out. And I will see everybody on Thursday with my 100th haul review video, and next week with another Full Run Friday. So have a great weekend. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.